Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Recycle Bin Sticker TV. I'm your host, Reginald Whibbey of the greatest recycle bin show on planet Earth. Hoorah! So today we're gonna be talking to you about the HTPetal bin, and it was inspired by watching Ugly Betty. You know that show where this girl shows up and she's in high fashion, and it shows how she changed throughout her 4 years of working there. And I had watched I had watched all the seasons, right? And then I went, and at the end of one show, it created this H. Hey, give me that right there. This, because I was watching it on Mega Video. And as you know, when Mega Video pops up, when you get finished with the show, it'll pop up that square at the end of the thing. And watching that created an HTPetal bin. And I wanted to show you the H right there. You see that HT? And this is where the square was right here. And I was like, man, that would be a great shape to hold maybe a diamond in there, maybe a sphere in there, maybe even another square in there. Because an H is a great stand. Like, it's going to stand on its own. It's going to be, when you're talking about engineering, balanced. Especially when you're talking about the strength of plastic. So when we were doing the HT, as you can see, we started off with that H there. And I put this semicircle down here around it, because I was noticing that, man, I'm going to go with the sphere this time. So I went with the sphere, and so the sphere needed something to balance out its good lookingness. So I put that bottom arc on there. And we moved through it. And you can see that I began to put a ring right here. Let's go ahead and color this ring. So we're going to go ahead and color that ring, because I knew I was going to walk it all the way up here. I was going to walk that thing all the way up. And I created this shape down here because I noticed that it's going to be hard for this to stay balanced. It's going to be hard for this one to stay balanced. So I went and put a stand on there. And we can see that now it sort of looks like a wine chalice. It looks like a cup with some eggs in it. And I noticed that these two nested shapes here, it was weird and wonderful. So I kept with it. And so we came here and we thought that stand was boring. This is not rise bins. This here is not rise bins. This is, though. That is the beginning of rise bins right there. You see all that curvature. You see that good lookingness, that outstanding amazingness. Yes, and we still have the ring here with the eggs in there. And this is beginning to look like more and more high fashion. So this here was used to texture the glass so that I could render it properly. This right here. Okay, so now we have this one. And this is the final shape of the one that I will be showcasing tonight. One of the ones I showcase. As you can see, it has the lids. So you see we got the lids in there, which allows us to get some volume for the people who wish to use this as a recycle bin or just a container. And as you can see, we done walked all these up. And I should be able to color all of these at the same time. Okay. So now we see that is all lined up there, and we see the artistic bent of it. And we can imagine that there'll be a recycle bin right there. And that'll be it for that. That's where the recycle bin is. So I started it over because I wanted to see what would happen if I made the end point of my H really, really long, but kept the generalized motif design settings that I was using. So, and this is what we came up with here, this long cylinder one. And we're going to go ahead and turn off the edges so that we can get a better look of it. And yes, this is a recycle bin. I know you're all amazed. And we're calling these the HTPetals. And I'll begin to expound on this general design more and more and more, because I haven't begun to go through the variation of putting a diamond in the middle. Maybe I put another square in the middle. Maybe I put an octagon, a hexagon, a dodecahedron in the middle. And for those of you who don't know, I think a dodecahedron is a 10-sided shape. Fucking crazy. So this is what happened when you put an elongated sphere in here. So this is what happens when you put a sphere in here and you're choosing to go elongated here and more egg-shaped here. So now let us talk about the materials of which this will be made. Of course, this is a plastic bin because we have the HTPetal structure, which allows for a lot of strength, especially when we're using polypropylene plastic. And these rings here will also be made of plastic, and they'll be glued on. And so once they on, they ain't coming off. And this centerpiece here, these centerpieces here and here, will be made of glass. So the glass will be held in containment by the sides of the HTPetal and its rings. So as far as usability goes, as far as functionality to do what a recycle bin does, it lacks. But we cater to the rich. It ain't always about functionality. It ain't always about what it's intended for. It's sometimes just about beauty. Just about amazingness. Just about supporting Reggie because I love that motherfucker. And this is what I think a recycle bin is. So let us go ahead and showcase these recycle bins in an unfamiliar setting. So as you all know, I usually pick rooms to showcase the bins because they actually have functionality. But this is such high. It is akin to high fashion. Its inspiration was high fashion. And akin to high fashion, it will get a display that actually says no usability because models aren't like us. They aren't built like us. They get touched up. They're skinny and all that stuff. So here we are here. And this is where the bins are. They're actually in a skate park. And they have a stage now. So we can go ahead and try to find that nice angle. We might have to get rid of one of these motherfucking trees. So we can get this angle here and we'll showcase it over here. Go ahead and slide it in on over there. Amazing. Simply amazing. And now we'll go ahead and show you what one of the renders look like when I rendered the HTPetal bin. So this is what this is what it looks like when I use the rendering software Indigo, which renders Google SketchUp images. Well, it images things from Google Sketch in the Google SketchUp. So as you can see, it has a sort of feel of it. This is one of in the time period where I am not using a high-end rendering software. So that is the HTPetal bin, inspired by Ugly Betty, linked to high fashion. Together, me and you are beautifying recycling.